Welcome back to Toe the Line. BKB 35 is just around the corner, and topping the bill, the King is back for the third time this year, this time defending his world welterweight title. It's the King of BKB, Jimmy Sweeney. Jimmy, how you doing?
I'm very good, mate. And yourself?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Good. Thanks for having me on.
It's always a pleasure. Let's talk about this upcoming fight. Marely Churcher defending your world title. How are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling good, you know. I started back training this week properly. I'm a weekend, uh, big week, did a bit of sparring. So, fitness wise, I'm fit enough to do the 7 rounds already. So it's just basically just sharpening up and stuff like that. So I'm feeling good for it. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a massive challenge for me, as everyone knows. I'm not the biggest welterweight. I shouldn't really be in the welterweight division. To be fair, I should be fighting at 79. But the vacant title has come up on for the welterweight, and I was kind of offered that, and I've asked to fight Marley for that for the vacant, but for some reason or other he couldn't fight me at that time, so the VG stepped in. So that's the real reason why I'm up at this weight division and at the 79 kilos, because obviously the world title fight at 79 kilos wasn't available when I was looking for it.
Because I mean, although it isn't for the vacant one, now you're defending it. This fight with
Yeah,
with Marley, it is the fight you were looking for before, isn't it? So you kind of
yeah.
finally got that chance.
Yeah, it's the fight I was looking for this division when there was. I've asked for one of the last. I've put my name in for the winner of the 79 kilo, which was Canelli and Churcher third. But obviously, James won that, and James went on his own road, his own journey. So I've asked for the Churcher for that, and the reason why I've asked for Churcher for that, I feel I feel 83 kilos is his weight division. I feel he's a naturally bigger man. 79 kilos. I don't know if he struggled with weight or I don't know anything about. I just feel personally that 83 kilos is his weight division. He's a British champ, so I've wanted a big fight, and that was the big fight at that weight for me, because obviously with the British champion he's just come off a title loss, not his division, so he was looking to, well, I thought he was looking to get back in straight away, and it would have been a good fight for the vacant world title that time. But I've got it now. I've asked for it, and I've got it. So I need to knuckle down now and really put the work in for this.
Yeah, like you said, Marley is the British champion for the welterweight. He is a naturally bigger guy. He's got the high advantage, and he just kind of sits naturally better at that weight than I suppose you do. You are quite yeah. I
I'm
mean,
quite. I'm a midget for 83 kilos. Lad.
so what was it?
Uh,
You're it's like a 3 inch weight, 3 inch height difference between you two.
Fuck me.
I don't know how much that's going to come into it because when we're dealing with fights at this level, it doesn't really make that much of a difference when you both are that experienced.
I'm not. I'm not really. I'm not really pushed on height. To be fair,
Mm.
um, I've look. You can go. Oh, he has the height reach of you. He's a naturally bigger man. I'm naturally faster fighter. I'm better on my feet. You know what I mean? He has his pros and cons. I have my pros and cons. So we'll just see on the night. Um, I'm not going to be one of these fighters that's going to be caught off his jab. Like, he's not going to outbox me because he's got a longer reach, or he's taller. He's not going to outbox me. Um, I can't see. I can see this being a case of I have to go looking for him. At the end of the day, I'm the champion. He's to come looking for me. You know what I mean? So I'm going to be the one doing the boxing, doing the counter punching. He'll have to come for me. If he wants to sit off me all night, he can sit off me all night. You're not going to take my world title away from me sitting off me all night. Like, so, this is for him to come and take that title off me.
Does that come into it? Do you ever like, is that part of like the mental, he's coming to take what you've earned, what you've got, what you've worked for. Does that kind of give you the extra push you're trying to put in that extra to defend it?
Nah, it's look. It's a case for me at this stage where it's just another fight. Yeah. all fights are taken seriously. You're fighting bare knuckle. It's a dangerous game. You've got to look at all fights as I go into these fights as the challenger. I've always gone in as a challenger in my head. You know what I mean? So I'm pushing hard for it. But at the end of the day, it's just another fight. It's another man trying to take my head off. So yeah, I'm not putting any pressure on myself for just because I'm the champion.
Yeah, and what's interesting about this fight is that we've seen both of you challenge for a world title before. You know, Marley's obviously fought James Kennedy last time, didn't get the win there. Coming back with a loss, he's been given another opportunity for a world title. How are you expecting him to come out? What are you expecting from Marley on the night?
I'm expecting him to be at his best. It's his weight division. He's where does he go from here? Like obviously, like if he loses, he's not going to get a world title shot straight away. He's come off 2 world title losses, if you know what I mean. So he can't really afford to lose this fight. So he's going to work harder in the gym. He's going to put everything in, and I think he's going to be a better fighter on at the 83 kilos than he was for his last fight. But I've been around this game a long time. He's pretty much still a novice in this game compared to me. You know what I mean? I know all the tricks in the book. I have the experience to win this fight, and hopefully win it pretty fucking easy, like.
I suppose everyone's a novice compared to you, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm getting old now. All like I've racked up 30 odd fights. I'm 39 as well. You know what I mean? I'm pushing on in this game.
I don't know how much you've seen of him on social media, but it looks like he's putting everything into this camp. He's been training nonstop, even since the end of since after I lost to James Kennedy. It's like he's been constantly training.
Mm.
I get the sense that we're going to see a different Marley this time, a better Marley. You know, is that something that you welcome? Are you eager for that challenge?
I'm like I'm not. I don't really care what my opponents do in camp. They can train the hardest they want to train. Like it's up to me to put my work in. You know what I mean? Like if I don't put my work in, I'll lose the fight. So I'm not worrying about what they're doing. I couldn't really care about what they're doing. I'm just worrying about what I'm doing and what I need to do to come away with another win on the night. As long as I stick to my training schedule, and do what I have to do, I'm pretty confident of winning.
I suppose that's the mindset of a champion, isn't it? Taking accountability, putting everything on you. It's all about you, isn't it? Just putting in the work, right?
Yeah, 100%. Look, if you're a fighter and you're worrying about what the other guy is doing, you're already losing that fight. You know what I mean? Like boxing is not just physical; it's mental as well. And my mental strength is very strong. I'm not worrying about what anyone else is doing. I'm fresh. I've come off a couple of good wins there against maybe less experience or less skilled fighters, but I've got my confidence back. I'm fresh. I'm boxing very good on the back foot again. You know what I mean? So I'm just worrying about what I'm doing and improving myself in camp yet again. I'm not worrying about what he's doing. I know Marley's going to bring a good fight. He's a good lad. This is why I've asked for that fight. So I know what's going to be in front of me come fight night, but I also know I'm going to be the better man on that night.
Your last fight, so obviously Kieran Thomas was kind of like a step back into the BKB ring for you. Final Levici was a bigger challenge. You managed to get
Yeah.
past him, but you know, Lionel is very durable. He likes to it wasn't an easy fight, was it? Right? You were kind of like you did
I'm
put
I'm
in.
I'm not going to disrespect on the it was easy fight on that, but obviously everyone knows both my hands went in that fight. Um, um, I've I felt like I could have took him out, and if my hands were sound, I could have took him out earlier. But if you look at that fight, I couldn't punch. I couldn't even punch with my left. It was absolutely excruciating pain. Every punch I've hit him, the pain was horrible. It was a horrible thing. So it went on for as long as it went on because my hands weren't right on the night. They've gone. So yeah, and even with that fight, even with my hands gone, I still put in a top boxing performance. I was on the back foot. I was moving lovely. I was hitting. I was jabbing, and even when my hands are gone, I'm still dangerous, you know. So this is what Marley has to realize. Like I'm not just going to be a walkover. I know he's the bigger man, and he's probably looking at me as the smaller guy, and he's just going to come in and do a job on me. But it's not going to happen, you know.
Let's talk about that Levici fight. We spoke to you on the night about it, about, because you were still punching through the pain. Is that
Yeah.
kind of like, talk to me about that kind of mental and physical process? Because it's like, you have to break through that pain barrier. You have to kind of,
Yeah.
because you were still
Well, it's
throwing with
one of
that
those
hand. You
things.
were still throwing with that broken
I
hand,
was
weren't
still
you?
throwing, but there was to be fair, there was so-called power going into it, but I was still throwing. It's like one of those things. I've been stopped a couple of times on cuts and stuff like that, where it's the doctors have stopped it. It's their decision to stop the fight. But with my hands, that's my decision. You know what I mean? Because I'm not going to tell the doctors, "Hey, my hands are fucked. Do you want to have a look at them?" You know what I mean? I'll keep it to myself. So no one knew the pain I was going through, but me, and there was no way that I was going to stop that fight. You know what I mean? Because obviously then you're quitting. And at the end of the day, it was 2 minutes. I could have carried on. The hands would have been fucked, but it is what it is. You get over that. You know what I mean? But a loss is a loss, and a loss through cuts, through doctor stoppages is one thing, but a loss where you've actually quit because your hands are fucked. I wouldn't have been able to do that, and I wouldn't have been able to come back from that if it did happen.
Yeah, but talk to me about that mental process, that kind of will to go on. What's going through your head at that point?
I was just thinking, just jab the fucking cunt. You know what I mean? I was just jabbing him. Once I seen a little cut up, then that's it. Every shot I've hit him, I've went for his eyes. Every jab was going for his eyes. So this is like in the third, my hands went completely. My right hand, everything was fucked. But so I think, what did that go? 4 rounds, I think. So in the last round, all my shots were just knuckle shots to his eyes. You know what I mean? It was just, right, Jimmy, this is the job at hand. This is what you got to do. All you have is one. Not even a good hand. It's fucking dodgy as well. Go for his eyes. Cut him. You know what I mean? And with Levici, that was my only way of beating him that night, because I didn't have my hands weren't good enough where I could sit down on them and throw big bombs and knock him out. Uh, if I didn't cut him and take him out that way, it would have gone to 7 rounds. Therefore, I would have done a lot more damage to my hands. So, luckily for me, the game plan with that stage was to cut him, and it worked.
Yeah, so I suppose at that point, it's more about kind of relying on that kind of technical boxing rather than those kind of like thundering shots, right?
Yeah, if you look at my fights, most of my fights, like all my opponents and all my opponents get cut, and they get cut for a reason. I know how to throw punches. I know how to cut them, and not many fighters that I fought come out and they're not marked up or cut. You know what I mean? So, uh, I think through experience you learn these things, and you learn how to do this and how to throw these punches and stuff like that, and which just come in pretty handy.
And Marley's a step up from Levici, I think it's fair to say, especially at that weight as well. How do you think this fight against Marley is going to compare compared to Levici?
Um, with the Marley fight, I think it's going to be, for me. I'm going to have to box a lot more. I'm going to have to be on it from the start, because he's a big lad. Um, he likes to box as well. He likes to counter. So there's two counter punches in it, but the bigger lad would always have the bigger punch. You know what I mean? So I've just got to be on it from the start, and really get my boxing going, and just show that I'm a better boxer. He's like, don't get me wrong, he's got a great amateur career. He's fought for England and all that. He's a good pro career, a couple of fights at it. But I feel naturally I'm a better boxer, and I'm I think late stoppage by cuts is my way of getting this fight done. I don't think it's going to come down to one shot knockout for none of us, really, because I'm not getting knocked out. I don't think he's going to get knocked out. So boxing from the start, picking him off with that jab, and working it. Look, my game plan is I don't mind saying it, because it's not, no one's going to stop me from doing it. I'm going to gradually break him down and take him out within the 6 rounds, 7 rounds.
There are some similarities in the way that you do fight. You both look just very comfortable. First off, I mean that comes down to both of your experience. Marley is, from what I've seen, he likes to hold the center of the ring and then have his opponent kind of moving around him. Yeah, I suppose maybe that's um preservation of endurance, maybe. But
Yeah,
we have seen him fight 7 rounds. We know what he's going to bring to a world title fight. Perhaps maybe even more now because he's trained harder since. Technically,
yeah.
but what do you think his game plan is going to be against you?
He's gonna have to come for me. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to try to take that center of the ring and bring the fight on to me. But that's my game. You know what I mean? I'm comfortable on the back foot. You know, I'm better on the back foot. So thing is, you have to come in and bring this fight to me and either take me out, knock me out in the 7 rounds because you're not going to beat me on points. It's not going to happen. So is his game plan going to be come in and try that, take the center ring and really play into my hands? Don't know, because I don't have to go looking for him. If I see him hurt, I'm gonna jump on him, but I don't have to take the center of the ring. I'm comfortable on the back foot. I'm comfortable jabbing. I'm comfortable moving. So it's going to be an interesting fight in what his game plan is going to be in that fight. As I said, I'm going to gradually break him down and take him out. I'm going to be boxing. He's the bigger man. He's to come looking for me. He's the bigger puncher. If he catches me, it could be over. But the trick is catching me.
That's some confidence to reveal your game plan like that. You must be feeling good about this fight, really good.
Listen, we're bare knuckle fighters. Like, game plans don't really come in for like game plans in pro boxing where they can change it like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rounds and stuff like that. In your bare knuckle, you just hit them and cut them and try. Like, I can say what I'm going to do, but that doesn't mean it's going to work on the night. You know what I mean? That's my plan is just to box him. If I win on points, I win on points. I'm happy, but I feel like I will break him down and take him out. He's gonna have to come at me. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to like bring this. We all know what he's gonna have to do. Like, if you're challenging, you have to come and take take that fight either by winning by knockout or clear like points decision. But you have to come and take that belt.
Yeah, and like you said, that's a very good point. It's always a bit harder when you're the challenger, right? You have to go and take it. You have to bring the fight. I'm not going to say it's easier for you because I don't think this is an easy fight, but there's a sense that you're kind of at the advantage being the champion.
Pro games as well. It's always like with the pros and stuff like that. If it's always like close, it nearly always goes to the champion. So
Mm,
like that's in most fucking like boxing, bare
mm.
knuckle. It's just a case of what it is. When you're a challenger, you gotta really go and take that belt. You know what I mean? You've gotta just knock him out, destroy him, but you've got to go and take it. You can't be coasting and trying to win on a narrow points decision because it doesn't really go like that. So that's what I'm saying. He's going to have to come to me and really fucking take that belt away. Which I'm 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 prepared for that. I like them fights. I don't need to go looking for people. I'd rather people come looking for me.
Say that you do win against Marley. What's next for you after that? One successful title defense in the bag
I'm
this
I'm
year. What's next?
I'm probably gonna fucking. To be fair, I'm probably just gonna drop back down to 79. Um, as I said, this 83 kilos is not really my weight division. I'm walking around the place at 83 kilos. These boys are coming down from 90 plus. You know what I mean? And I'm walking around at this, and once I start like proper training and high intensity stuff, it's just gonna fall off me again. So with this fight, I'll probably come in at about 81 kilos. So what do I do? Do I stay champion at the higher weight and defend against these fucking monsters, or do I drop down and search for that 90 or 79 kilo belt? You know what I mean? My own weight division.
That's James Kennedy then.
But look, it can be. He could have fights before that, and he could win them. He could lose them. I'm not. I'm not chasing a face. I'm chasing a belt. You know what I mean? It is completely different. I'm chasing a belt. I'm not chasing a face.
Sure. I mean, but from like a fan perspective, the potential matchup with you and James,
Oh, be great.
be amazing, wouldn't it?
Absolute great fight for the fans. And myself and James know each other very well. Good friends. We sparred a long time, a lot of time. So, style wise and everything, it just gels and stuff like that. But as I said, James has gone on his road. He was a couple of fights here there. I don't mind after this dropping down, beating who I need to beat and all that. As I said, I'm chasing the belt. I'm not really chasing the face, so I don't really care who the champion is at that when I come looking for it. It could be anyone, but it's the belt I'm looking for.
We talk about a lot about the end goal, especially at this stage in your career. So going past this, you want to get the 79 kilo belt, and then would that be it? Or would you want to defend it? What's next after
Nah,
that?
I'll do whatever. I'm looking to fight in America and all that. You know what I mean? I've I've done a lot in this sport where I've literally won everything. I've fought like 6-time world champion, 4 different weight divisions. I've done everything. I haven't fought in America. That's what I want. You know what I mean? I've always said I've finished at 40. I'm 40 next year. I can't see that happening, to be fair. You know what I mean? I might push it more for 41, 42. I'm feeling great. I'm training well. Everything is going well for me, So um after, but first and foremost, it's November 25th. I got a big challenge. I'm fighting a big man. Um, so that's going to be a big win for me. And then we'll see after that. I'm not pushed about what's next or this and that. You know what I mean? I'm comfortable. I'll fight once or twice a year now anymore. And whatever comes to me comes to me. I'm not really pushed about pushing or aiming things to whoever. I will the 79 kilo fight. And before I retire, maybe another fight with Jones, just to get just to have that. But obviously not at 76 and fucking too much weight to lose. But that's the future. That's not for now. But I got other things. This fight, the 79 kilos and America, 3 fights, possibly 4 fights. You know what I mean? So we'll see how that goes for me.
It'll be a sad day
Yeah,
when you do
it
say goodbye
it
to the sport.
it's coming to it, lad. I've not got that many fights ahead of me, to be fair. I've got fight this year, maybe 2 next. So you're looking at about 6 fights altogether. Really, realistically, like maybe 7-ish. That's not a lot. Like when you've 30 plus fights, it's not a lot. So it is coming to an end. Um, yeah, it'll be sad. It'll be sad to go. It'll be sad retiring. Um, but once I'm gone, I'm gone.
But for now, full focus on November
I'll
25th,
put,
BKB
yeah, yeah.
35.
I'm putting another top performance. Yeah, yeah. I'm excited about this. I'm excited about this fight. I'm excited about camp. As I said, I did my first week back already, looking sharp, doing the rounds, sparring. The coach just said to me the other day, he said, "You've literally come back. It's like you never even stopped." You know what I mean? So, um, my confidence is already sky high, and I got another 6 weeks of it. Um, and you know me, I always come in shape. And even if it's a first round fight or 7 rounds, I'm there. I'm going to be there. You know what I mean? I'm not going to gas out in the later rounds. So if anything, I'll get better in the later rounds. So it's a fight that I'm excited for, and this is why I say I'm going to break him down, because I don't think he's going to last with the educated pressure that I'm going to put on my counter punch and stuff like that. I don't think it's. I'll just see how his face is going to hold up after 5, 6 rounds.
Well, Jimmy, this is a fight that we as fans can't wait to watch as well. It's Jimmy Sweeney versus Marly Churcher at BKB 35, November 25th. Good luck, Jimmy.
Thank you so much, man.